Hi, I'm Neil Wilkins and I run a company called Viper Marketing. We help businesses to market themselves more effectively using a whole range of tools from strategy to digital marketing. In the session today, we'll be looking at effective marketing planning, creating the right environment for your business to attract more customers, to grow your revenue, and to launch and introduce new products and services. To achieve this, we follow a 12-point plan. The 12-point plan is an effective tool to encourage you to not just jump straight in at what we call the toolbox being all the tools and techniques that you can use to promote yourself, things like websites, digital marketing, direct marketing, and PR. What we typically tend to encourage you to do to start with is to create a plan, a strategy, so that you know where you're going, you know what you're trying to achieve before you start to deliver the tools and techniques that will actually create that new business for you. So the 12-point plan begins with identification of the particular area that you're looking to focus on. Now that might be a geographic area, it might be a new product or service, it might be a particular market segment that you're looking to grow into. But you do need to state this up front. You do need to be very, very clear with yourself about your specific target area that you're looking to achieve. The next point that you need to look at is the need that you have as a business, as an organization, or as a person to actually make a change, so that if you're looking back in, say, 5 years' time at the change that you've actually installed in your organization, how would it look? What would it look like? How would it feel different? Because ideally you'll be looking there to create a plan, create a strategy that will take you to a new place that is far more profitable for your organisation. So it might be identification of a problem, a particular issue that you're facing in your business that you need to solve. Or it might be for business growth, where you're looking to create a new marketplace, you're looking to gain new customers in a particular market sector. But again, you must specify this and be very, very clear about the type of problem or the type of need that you're looking to solve. You also need to identify then some very, very clear objectives, and this is all about change. Unless you're planning to change, there really is no point in looking to deliver new marketing and communications. So it's identifying the changes, it's identifying the key things that you're looking to gain in terms of your return on your investment of time, your investment of money. Because all of this is going to cost. It might not cost necessarily financially, but it will certainly cost in terms of your time and the effort that you need to put in. So identify those changes and identify what you're looking to achieve. The next thing that you need to identify is the theme. What is the theme, the thread that's going to run through all of your communications? This could be an internal theme. It could be something that you need to instill into the people who work with you, third parties who support you, maybe agencies, whoever it is that you're communicating with. Make sure your theme is very, very clear, because everything else in terms of the details of your products and services needs to hang off of this theme. So the theme, if you like, is the umbrella that goes across everything that you do in your marketing and communications. So very clear identification of your theme is a very, very important way forward. For a lot of organisations, this can be their brand, or it can be specific products and services, but not the features of those products and services, but the value that the customers will perceive by actually taking them. The next thing that you need to focus on is an audit of the opportunities. Are there any things that are happening in the big wide world out there that you can actually use to identify an opportunity for you to actually piggyback onto? Now, this may well be things like industry events, conferences and seminars. It might be a seasonal thing, a particular time of the year when your products and services become more attractive to your target audiences. Do a very broad and wide-reaching audit of the opportunities, because if you can do that and achieve that, you'll be far better suited to meeting the needs of the customer. The customer then is the key thing. This is one element that you really must invest a lot of time and energy in, understanding the audience. When we speak to a lot of people and help them through this process, what we typically find is that they spend a lot of time thinking about, their customers, but thinking about customers as a very broad sort of demographic. So all customers are the same. We can appeal to anybody. Well, for most products and services and for most brands and most companies, that simply isn't true. What you need to be doing is identifying your ideal customer. So the ideal customer, be they a business or be they an individual, the ideal customer who will buy products and services because they really understand what you're offering and you're providing a real value to them. So define them, give them a name, Understand where they live, the sorts of magazines they buy, the sorts of cars that they drive, their sort of family situation, the type of jobs that they do. Really start to develop a profile and, as I say, give them a name. Because by doing that, you'll then be talking in your business a common language. So if you need to share a particular experience or a particular type of communication, you'll know that everybody is talking in a very customer-focused or audience-focused way. And that is a very, very key thing to do. So having identified those particular things and those particular opportunities, it's very important now that you start to think about some of the constraints. I'm guessing that you don't have an unlimited budget. So an important thing is to establish, how much time, money and energy are you going to be able to devote to the marketing that you intend to do? What's appropriate to the particular customer or the customer type that you're looking to engage with? In the current economic climate, clearly if you're going to be producing some very lavish advertising, going on film shoots in foreign countries, that may not be appropriate for your target audience. So identify things that are going to be appropriate for them. Even though you might like to do them, identify things and constraints that are going to actually limit, in a very sensible fashion, the type of marketing that you're looking to achieve. Having done all of those steps, you clearly now have a plan that's going to take you from point A to point B in the future, identified against the particular targets and objectives that you have. And I would suggest then, and only then, do you start thinking about some of the delivery ways that you can actually roll your plan out. So now you can start to brainstorm things like websites, things like digital marketing, all those types of tools, including PR, advertising and direct mail. Come up with a toolbox of things that are opportunities for actually rolling this plan out. Because if you do that, having followed a very, very clearly defined audience profile, having identified some of the challenges and opportunities that you're going to face, your choice then of tools that you use to actually deliver your plan are going to be far more focused on delivering an end result. And in terms of measurement of your return on the investment of time and money and energy that you're spending, it'll be far, far tighter. You then typically follow a step-by-step process. You do need a time plan here. This is not something that's open-ended. Your time plan should reflect some of the objectives that you started out with right back at the start of your planning process. So build in milestones. Milestones are absolutely essential in this. This is not a point A to point B that you can do in one step. So start to put in some time-bound activities, things that are really critical for your plan. In other words, if you're producing a new website, maybe that new website is a key milestone. Maybe identifying a PR agency or somebody who can actually help you actually deliver this plan, again, is another key milestone. Put objectives against those milestones. How will your plan look and feel differently when you actually achieve each of those points? And again, if you can, put some sort of budget against each of those points, because again, it gives it a real sort of feature. It gives it really something that you can then aim for. And again, this isn't something that should be sitting in your head. You really need to write all of this down. Some of the most powerful plans are delivered when you see these things in writing every day and you actually live and breathe them. It's then all about control, commitment and communication, the 3 C's as we call them. Control is about monitoring where you're going. Don't just leave your plan to gather dust. Use your plan on a daily basis to monitor where you are, but also to give you that good sort of feedback that actually you are making progress. Make sure that if you have other people working with you on your plan, that they are buying into this and you give them some level of control over the delivery of your plan. Because if you do that, by its very nature, then you'll be allowing them to take some commitment, and in terms of actually supporting you to deliver it. And communicate as you go. Anybody and everybody who's part of your plan, particularly in terms of delivering milestones, they need to know where they are at all times. So make it a very visible, make it a very transparent process, and everybody will remain committed to it. And the key thing, both before, during and after your plan, is to keep revisiting those objectives. It's very, very easy just to launch a website or just to do a direct marketing campaign. But the most effective ones are where you're monitoring afterwards the success or otherwise of each element that you do. And by joining all of these elements together and rolling them through this 12-plan process, you'll find that all of your activities for marketing, for communications, and for delivering new products and services will be far more powerful. And then at the end of the whole process, you'll actually have the evidence of things that worked, things that didn't work, and you'll be able to recreate it as you start to grow your business.